Welcome back, you beautiful, amazing, glorious human beings, to my favorite video that I do every week called What the Hell Really Happened This Week, where we go over all the news that you're not supposed to know about that happened this week. Duh. And today is April 23rd, 2017, and we will be talking about Ann Coulter, Antifa, vaccines, Trump being on the verge of destroying any real journalism out there, if there's any few left, and, of course, Operation Gotham preparing for an all-out nuclear war and Holocaust in New York City. Not really that positive of news, but stuff that you should know about. And today we're going to be starting off in Venezuela. Beautiful, abundant in natural resources, an amazing climate, and is going to hell. Especially now after 3 weeks of protests in Venezuela that are shaping up to be one of the biggest protests that the world has ever seen. Of course, these protests are directed against President Maduro, who took over Chavez and created a socialist hellhole in that country. And it looks like Maduro is gripping on to the last bit of power he has before what everyone expects to happen is for him to, of course, be overthrown. And with all of this happening, at least 12 people have already died in the protests from roaming socialist death squads. And while all that's happening, MSNBC for some reason decided to blame Donald Trump for this. Now, of course, new information came to light how the Venezuelan government donated over $500,000 to Donald Trump's fund for his inauguration, of course hoping to get some pay-to-play action. And even though people just found out about this now, it is still not the main factor to what's happening down in Venezuela. Myself and Jeff Berwick, the Dollar Vigilante, personally traveled to the murder capital of the world, Caracas, Venezuela, last year, where we told you that this revolution was going to happen in that country at any moment, as well as describing the bigger social and economic issues in that country, outside interference, and bigger picture of what people really needed to understand when it comes to seeing the madness unfold in that country. And now, in other insane protest chaos news, we have Ann Coulter, who was scheduled to give a speech at Berkeley until the University of Berkeley denied her that right to speak. Then Ann Coulter said, you know what, I'm just going to do it anyway, and then the University of Berkeley responded surprisingly by saying, oh, okay, sure. And now, as we're speaking, Ann Coulter is set to speak at the University of Berkeley this April 27th, which of course is the major hub of the protest group Antifa. And as this violent protest group admits from last time, they lost the battle for Berkeley when an event for free speech decided to fight back against them, and insane video like this came out from the incident. But now, because of that, Antifa is coming back saying that there will be blood as they are preparing for war after their Berkeley beatdown with combat training, better equipment, and even talk of guns. Now, even though there's a lot of tough talk from Antifa, there's also a lot of them who are supposedly scared ever since an incident came out where an anonymous forum posting website, 4chan, was able to investigate and find out that it was a masked professor at a university that decided to severely injure a pro-Trump protester at the last Berkeley riot, leaving many at Antifa saying that they can no longer hide their identities from what is mainly an anonymous forum known for its shite postings because of their investigative work uncovering who Antifa and their members are. Now, with all this happening, it's also interesting to find out that the mayor of Berkeley has also been exposed as a member of an Antifa group, which would explain why the Berkeley police during these riots usually runs away from the situation and never tries to help out or stop the rioting and violence that takes place, which always leads to a very insane situation that I found myself in last time, and now of course I'm coming back to this time. So stay tuned to this YouTube channel, because just like last time, we're going to be live on this YouTube channel giving you on the ground, real, uncensored, unbiased, raw coverage here. Now, with other major city chaos news, we had a major power outage in New York City, San Francisco, and even Los Angeles, as many people worry about the failing infrastructure in this country. This power outage, of course, scared the crap out of a lot of people, caused a lot of panic, but proved to be nothing major, even though a lot of conspiracy theorists went with major speculations and theories of an EMP, of a nuke, and all this other. Oh, and yeah, we're also finding out this week that the U.S. government is preparing for Operation Gotham Shield, which is where the U.S. government will simulate a 10,000-ton nuke blast over New York City and New Jersey next week. Now, Operation Gotham Shield first appeared as a thread in a forum by an anonymous user, but has been confirmed confirmed and will happen on April 24th through the 25th in the New York City area. And as our government is preparing for a full-out nuclear war in New York City and telling us that we have nothing to worry about, Donald Trump just sent hundreds of troops to Afghanistan and also special forces troops to Somalia for some reason. The situation in North Korea is also heating up as Russian troops have moved in their military forces on the North Korean border, as China has been preparing its fighter jets to be ready at any moment. But of course, with all of this happening, Donald Trump and his administration are focusing on things that are actually important. Oh wait, no they're not. They're actually preparing charges and seeking the arrest of WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. As we found out this week, U.S. authorities are preparing to charge and seek the arrest of Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, for releasing damaging information against the U.S. government that exposed them and a lot of their illegal actions that they have committed throughout the years. Now, you would think the United States and the Trump administration wouldn't have to be sending its resources in investigating who's leaking and becoming a whistleblower if we actually held our crooked politicians accountable for their illegal actions that the whistleblowers exposed. And of course, that being the common sense thing, many people who have supported Trump, who have become his base, are saying that they will not support him at all because of this latest move. Because yeah, whatever happened to lock her up and arresting Hillary Clinton on corruption charges for all the illegal things she did, and now it's a major flip-flop trying to arrest Julian Assange for releasing the emails that exposed Hillary Clinton's corruption, showing you how the system washes one hand with another. But there's actually other people who are willing to make a stand against this, as we're finding out French presidential candidate Marine Le Pen offered and vowed to give Julian Assange and Edward Snowden citizenship or asylum in their country if they win the French elections. And we have to understand here, WikiLeaks did make some mistakes throughout their existence, but this is a bigger case than just going after WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks published information that they were given from government insiders. This is what journalism is supposed to be. This is what journalism was back in the days of Watergate. How else are the people supposed to know what our government is doing in secret or doing illegal if it's not for brave whistleblowers within our government who are willing to release the information to the media, to the press, to WikiLeaks in order to inform us about the truth of the actions of the US government, holding them accountable? And if Donald Trump gets away with persecuting Julian Assange for publishing and reporting on documents from within the US government, he sets a very dangerous precedent and a slippery slope that would mean he could legally go after any journalist who does the same. And I'm not exaggerating this matter. This is what Trump's attorney general said when asked if he would persecute news organizations next.
Should folks be concerned that this would also open up news organizations like CNN or the New York Times to prosecution?
That's speculative, and I'm not able to comment on that.
Yeah, usually no comment means, yeah, I'm guilty as hell and we're probably gonna do that. And with all of this coming to the foreground, Donald Trump responded and said, quote, "It's okay with me if the US charges Julian Assange," which is nuts and really dangerous. Also this week on national television, Tucker Carlson decided to have Robert Kennedy Jr. on, the man who Donald Trump appointed to look into vaccine safety, is on his show to speak on the important matters of vaccinations in this country. And of course, because of this, Tucker Carlson faced tough criticism. Because why shouldn't we trust vaccines that the government and pharmaceutical industrial complex have an incentive and profit-driven motive in and causing more harm to you than actual health? Why would we investigate that, as we're finding out this week that thousands of people are suing Merck for their shingle vaccines, which actually caused people to have shingles, providing yet another insight on this pharmaceutical industrial complex industry that rarely has any accountability. Now, with the flip-flopper-in-chief Donald Trump solidifying his capitulation to the deep state and breaking almost every promise he made to the American people when he was campaigning as president, as the mainstream media is cheering on for World War, we'll still be here giving you the news that you need to know, but of course you're not supposed to know about. And if you want to support us and see us grow, please support us on patreon.com/WeAreChange, because this operation is not possible without you. We are getting heavily screwed by the YouTube monetization system, and we're going back to Berkeley, putting our butts on the line again for you to give you the latest news on the ground as it happens, because you deserve to know the truth. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for watching, supporting, and being a part of real independent media. And oh yeah, share this video if you liked it.